All right. Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of we don't remember what we did last. You guys are in Waterdeep and you had a good old sleep. What do you want to do now?
Wake up!
Oh, done. It's the sun is shining and the birds are chirping.
What a beautiful day to cause some mayhem.
Did I hear mayhem?
See, by the time they woke up, I had already been up for about 4 hours reading the news.
You don't even know what time I woke up. You can know that.
Just being angry at random things.
He's got the really nice trance.
How focused of you?
Oh. Well, we haven't actually been to... Shoot, we just talked about this. We haven't actually been to the Hollow, though, yet, right?
You have not been to the Hollow yet.
It is beneath a building that will be very hard to get through.
Not hard for us.
We'll see about that. Roland will be waiting downstairs for everyone to kind of meet up so we can get out this place.
Our combined charisma score should get us through anything.
Anything.
Well, me and Susie, actually, we all have pretty high charisma, I think.
I think so, too.
Hey, Roland, what's your charisma?
As a party, we have high charisma.
Okay. I was just curious.
Having 3 warlocks kind of brings the average up a bit.
Yeah, the average is definitely high, 100%.
That's why DM only asked Roland to do all the charisma
Exactly.
check.
God, it's my fault. I told myself like every time I play a low charisma character, because I like to talk a lot in games. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Don't play a low charisma character. You hate it because then you want to do you want to talk, and then no matter what you say, it just comes down to hey, charisma check, and I'm like, fuck. I can't remember. I gave a super killer speech in another game.
Everybody hated it.
Yeah, everyone literally hated it. It was a very convincing speech as a wolf man, and I rolled and it was bad, and the DM was like, dude, that was so good. Please just roll advantage so you pass. And it was also bad. So it didn't out. I was like, and he just literally told me after, I was like, dude, I was really hoping you passed that because I was like, that was really good. So basically I was guilt tripping this poor woman into giving her blood for vampire stuff. It almost worked. It was this close. Almost. Anyways, Strahd spoilers.
Yeah, there's a definite difference that charisma brings to a PC reacting as, oh sure, the library is that way, and why do you need to know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Charisma, man, it's important.
All right, just for the sake of everybody waking up, you're all awake. You feel nice and refreshed, and you regroup. Go ahead.
So the mines we're looking for, it's underneath the town center or the library. What exactly?
The council building, correct.
Okay.
Gotcha. That
So-
place.
Well, should we go scope it out?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, you head out to scope it out. Waterdeep is a big city, man. It's huge. Have any of you been to Waterdeep before?
No, I lived in isolation, not in Waterdeep.
I am a very well-traveled individual, but I don't know if that was included. So
Cool. You guys
A
look
tour
around
guide?
for a tall, important building, and you see lots of tall, important-looking buildings.
I thought we got a general direction from Regengar as to where this was.
it's that way.
You know,
God,
you're
building
saying
you're
that, but I
looking
feel like that's
for.
exactly what he said.
you do know that it's more toward the center of the city.
Okay. All right, we got a basic mind. Who's good at perception, guys?
I'm okay at it.
I'm sorry, I'm bored.
I'm not great.
It's okay. This is just the first thing she does in the morning.
I'm not very perceptive.
I know I wake up and I play D&D.
Is there anybody like a town guard or anybody we see as we're strolling through town, walking?
Oh
fast?
yeah, you see like the city watch. You see people just bustling about. You see people headed to work. You see kids skipping through the streets on their way to what must be school unless they're playing hooky. You don't know their lives. Yeah, there's people around for sure.
All right. I want to talk to the nearest town guard because obviously we can trust a policeman. And,
That's what my mommy
Yeah.
told me. If I get lost, I need to find a policeman.
and ask. I want to ask where the nearest. Ask where the town center is.
Okay, yeah. You pick one and you walk up to him, and your exact words are,
Hello, sir. I would like. Give me a second.
"Yeah, my voice."
Good day, sir. We are actually looking for the town center. We are tourists in this town, and we would like to see all the key spots in its glory. And we've heard that the town center is worth going to.
Hey, Focus, I think you mean the council
Yeah.
building.
Yes, that is exactly what.
Yeah.
I try
We're
to be
tourists.
subtle.
We don't know.
Well, for your first inquiry, the town center is toward the center of town.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the council building is nearly like right there. Like if you're in the town center, you look in the right direction, you'll see it.
Which direction would that be, my good man?
From here,
Yes.
north.
And what are the characteristics of the council building? What makes it stand out? How would we know we found the right building?
Well, first it's made of blue stone. That's one of the more cool characteristics about it. He turns to the guard he's with and he's like, I wasn't really planning on being a tour guide today. Also, the council building, it has a big sign on it. You'll see the word council.
Oh, that makes it pretty obvious.
Yeah, there's more words to it. I don't speak that language though, so I don't really know what they are. Something about e pluribus anus council.
That
Alright.
sounds like the type of words they would have on a council building.
Yeah, real important words, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we bid you a good day, and thank you very much for your help, sir.
Yeah, good day.
And I will go and toss the man a gold piece as we leave.
I don't know if I even have a
Backwards.
gold. I don't even know if I have a gold piece anymore after our encounter with
Yeah.
the Dragonborn or anything.
Oh, everyone got 25 gold.
Van, we're like
And amount of
broke as
gold.
hell, man. What are you doing? We got like 20 gold pieces. I don't have a lot. I got 17 on me right now. What are you doing?
Oh, that's right, we did. Okay.
We are not
Yeah.
loaded like we used to be.
That's fair.
It's like $100, man. What are you doing?
I don't have silver pieces, okay?
You make change.
It's kind of rude to ask someone for change when you're trying to tip them.
Then don't tip 'em.
Like 100.
Don't tip them.
You flick this man a gold coin and he wasn't expecting it, so he kind of thanks. And off you guys go toward.
If I didn't know any better, Panarin, I think you just bribed a city official.
That wasn't bribery.
Pretty sure we did it after the fact, so don't think it's bribery. If I did before
Yeah.
then, yes, it might be bribery.
Yeah, what's the
Usually
fuck?
it's like, hey man, I'm gonna rob this person. Look the other way and give you some.
It was the oddest bribery I've ever seen.
I already got away with what I asked, so bribing him after the fact doesn't make much sense.
Yeah,
Right.
it really doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why you gave him a gold coin at all. It's kind of crazy.
You should always tip those who serve you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Unless
you
you're
seem
in
kind of annoyed.
European culture, then the companies pay. So you
I
don't
don't
have
know
to tip.
much, but like last night, the
They get
bar
minimum
someone was
wage,
saying,
actually.
taxes pay these guys, so I don't know. Somebody at the bar was screaming that last night. Something about our taxes pay your salary. I don't know. So it sounds like they're getting paid already, man. I don't think you need
It
to give
sounds
them
like they
gold
get
coin.
paid already.
That's fair. But you seem a bit ornery. He said he wasn't expecting me a tour guide, so I thought I'd compensate him a little bit. Thought it'd
Ben,
be nice.
80% of the people we meet are like super angry
Yeah,
when they
that's true.
interact with us.
Yeah, but we also give them a lot of money. I mean, it's either we give them a little bit of money or they take all our money. Which one did you prefer?
Honestly, considering we were trying to be nice before and we still got robbed, I don't think there's much of a choice here.
That's a good point.
Anyways, how far is this building?
This whole time you guys have been just like talking about like when to tip and when not to tip, and why doesn't Mr. Pink tip? Oh, he doesn't believe in it. He doesn't believe in it. Why doesn't Mr. Pink believe in it? Because Steve Buscemi. You guys have talked about this so long that you arrive at the city center. You see lots of vendor carts. There's somebody selling chestnuts that have been roasted over an open fire. It's not the season for it, but they're still selling it. You see an old woman who has just a little sign that says, "I'll tell you your fortune, 3 copper." You see a big fountain, and it almost seems like as you walk by and you view it from different angles, the statues seem to move in their own way, and they're full of different races spitting water. It's awful taste, but great execution. And then of course you see the blue stoned building with sure enough really important letters. One of the words is council.
All right. Is there a perimeter we can like without looking super suspicious? Is there like an active perimeter, like with people all around the council building, or is it like kind of covered with other buildings on the side?
Oh, there's lots of buildings around.
Are they like up against each other? I mean, or are there like small alleyways in between?
Oh no, there's small alleyways in between these really large buildings. So you do see one that's like the council chamber, and you do see one that's it's labeled City Hall. You see one that's strictly for judiciary business, and then also one that's just labeled prison.
All right.
Two guesses what that is.
If we just get a quick perimeter before we go knocking on the council's door to see if there's any like either alternative entrances to the council building or like any like holes or damage to the cobblestone or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, investigation check.
All right.
Guidance.
All right. Investigation. Where's that? Plus a D4. That's not a really high roll. A 10.
Yeah, so you spend about 30 minutes walking pretty briskly around this very large council building. You don't see much in the way of additional entrances. You see a couple of drainage grates leading away from the building. You see very, very high up on the wall. It's like this little outcropping that sticks out from the building itself, but it's still a part of the building. And there's a hole in the bottom of it, and you just see, just nasty streaks kind of all the way down that kind of lead to these drainage grates. You also you do see like the back door for when they need to get in very large important pieces of furniture. Maybe a councilman gets a new desk or something. This is pretty well guarded though. You do have 3 guards out there, 2 on either side of the door, and then you have like one who's manning a post.
Interesting.
Well, we could try to break in and see if they did say they sealed it off. That is something we read. So I don't know if they're going to just have an open entrance to the hollows. We might have the best chance of actually getting in there by going by the sewers. I mean, it's not fun, but we might have to go that way.
Yes, that would be the logical solution. It's either through that or I would recommend through the prison, which I don't recommend. So the sewers sounds ideal. If not,
Why do we always go through the sewers, you guys? I feel like these are now choices you're making.
well, as another wise man once told me, always follow your nose.
I don't like your nose.
I'll tell you your fortune for the price. 3 copper, pay an old woman to read your palm or
I
your
want my
face.
fortune.
Do you have 3 copper, little girl? You look so young and poor.
Damn.
Yes.
Wow.
I
Is this how you
am.
do
I don't
business?
think we have copper. Didn't
We
we
only
get
have
all of
big
our gear
bills.
stolen?
Oh, I made change
Yeah.
at the bar last night.
That's why I said, do you want to break 100?
I made change at the bar last night.
I can't break a gold.
I have 100 copper. I can take out 3 or
Oh.
4.
I'm not a rich old woman. That's why I tell fortunes in the city center.
Let me see.
I-
I could ask, like, how do you feel about a trade?
Oh,
Well, it has copies for
I
you.
do like a good bargain.
I want to see if
Susie
one of
does
these.
not care.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What are we talking about? I know
No,
that
you're
all of
doing
our-
great. I want to know where this is
No,
going.
you got this.
Yeah, you got it.
No, because I have that scarf and I haven't used it in a long time.
I don't think you should give up the scarf.
No,
I don't think
The
you
I
should
just
give up
legendary
the
have
scarf.
a scale,
Oh, okay.
a scale off the scarf, and just be like, this should, like, I don't know. Are you feeling kind of unwell? This will increase your health by a lot.
Sweetie, I'm 92 and a half years old. I've been unwell for 62 and a half years. I don't have health insurance.
I pluck. Would you like some help with that?
Health insurance? I don't think at this rate in my
I don't
life
think
it's
I
going to
have
do much.
access to that.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But I can. Oh, I'm confused. Is she like? This is me not picking up on social cues. Is she like not interested at all? Because I don't want to like badger this.
In health insurance?
No, and like a scale to make her like feel.
Our
temporarily
health
back
insurance
up where she
salesman
was.
left.
Is that what a scale does?
My scale for my scarf. Yeah, I can roll 10 d4s. That's what I'm trying to Google real fast. From my dragon scarf.
Oh, are you
Or you
trying to
could
heal
use
her?
Roland's copper.
I don't have copper.
Roland's
That-
copper.
That's why I was trying to say, like,
Yeah, I
Roland's
made
trying to give
change
you
at the bar
copper.
last night. I have I always try to make change when I get to a city. I have 10 silver and 100 copper.
Oh man, but do I want to be indebted to Roland?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
copper,
that's a good
I really
question.
don't care.
Roland wanted those singles for something.
Yeah, drinks.
Make it
Drinks,
hail.
drinks, everybody.
Yeah, I don't. I find that trying to pay in a really bad dive bar with like 3 gold pieces is a really bad idea.
You know what? You are a wise one. Sure, if Roland wants to like
I have 3
get
copper,
us some
and I will
futures.
gladly put that down on there, and I will take that out and put it on the table for her.
Oh, thank you. So, am I telling your fortune or the child's?
The child's, I don't really have much of a future left. Let's go.
She has
Roland.
lived a long life.
That
It
was
might be a short fortune. Come here, child. Give me your hand. I'll turn it upside down. I need to see your palm.
Do my nails for me, please.
She gets really close to your palm and she begins tracing the lines in your palm. Oh no. No. And as she's kind of like emoting this, she begins like kind of like tugging at your arms and she's like pulling you in a little closer, and her bony little fingers begin kind of like pulling at your cheeks a little bit, and she pulls you in close, and she's looking you like just dead in the face, and she goes, "Oh, my child,
This is just like my Aunt Irene.
who broke you?"
I don't even know.
You've been shattered into pieces. And you can see like tears welling up in her eyes. And she's like, you're not a whole person. What's happened to the rest of you? And tears now begin streaming down her face. And she's like, what horrors have you seen? And she like pulls away from you now and she's just sobbing a little bit. And she picks up the 3 coppers and she gives them back to Roland. She says, I'm done for today. And she picks up her little sign and her little table and she just kind of like hobbles away.
Ryoko walks over to Susie and looks at her palms and says, well, I don't feel like crying. I think she's the one who's broken.
Yeah, guys, there's fun and then there's no fun. And that one was no fun. I don't recommend it.
And be careful where you're pointing those palms. You seem to be breaking people with them. Keep those things away from me. They seem to be loaded.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe she was like full of it, but then she like left the money, so that kind of makes me think she might be like actually real.
Hi, I'm Susie. I'm broken. Yeah, that works.
At the rare
Susie
age
the
of
broken.
12, 18, 22, 36, 44.
How far
Those are
is
winning
this
lottery
woman
numbers.
gone?
Yeah, there you go.
How far what?
How far is this woman gone?
Not far. She doesn't move very quickly.
I pursue as quickly as my old mans can hobble after this old lady.
That's fun.
It's an old person race.
Focus, you old dog.
It's like Martin Scorsese is directing a chase scene. All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Pardon me, ma'am. You have a minute.
No, please leave the poor woman alone.
I'm sorry to waste any more time or cause anything. Do you think you could elaborate on perhaps what you saw?
Oh no! No, she keeps going.
And a good day.
No elaboration.
So next time somebody else goes first.
Susie, you broke her.
Sorry.
This is why I always go third.
Now for the problem at hand.
Do we want to just do that in broad daylight, or
That is a good point. It's probably not best to break into the sewers in broad daylight.
Break into the sewers? Well, that's better than peeing on a building, I suppose.
Oh, hi there, Stanley. Where'd you come from?
Hello, everybody. I heard I'm Susie Weavers, and I thought, no way. I know that name. And here you all are.
Yeah. Are you part of this council too? Or is it the same
Oh.
council?
Yeah, no, I'm a part of this council too. When you've lived as long as I have and killed as many people, you gain something of some influence throughout the realm.
Oh. Well, that's kind of convenient. Stanley, do you mind if I ask you a random question?
Is it how I got here so fast? It's something of my own invention. I call it a stone of sending. It's not a sending stone. It's a stone of sending. I'm also toying with a copyright. It sends you from one place to the other. I want to call it I stone or teleportation or stone me up, Scotty, but that one doesn't make much sense to me.
I like them.
Was
Well,
that
that's
your
nice to know.
question?
It was not, but it's great to know anyways.
Darn.
Would you happen to know if there's access to anything to what this building was built on? Sorry. To the what is now underneath this council building.
The basement.
Is there anything in the basement? I don't know. Have you been in it?
It's used mostly for storage.
Are there any strange doors in the basement that you haven't been through? I kind of whisper to him, have you heard of the Hollow?
This is the weirdest interaction I've had since the dwarf beat on my store. How are you, Roland?
I apologize for that, and I'm doing good.
Good. This is good to hear.
I'm glad you're
I
doing well too, Stanley.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I see you have a new companion, one less gold and more old.
You see a man who's quick of wit here. And I introduce myself.
Go ahead.
Oh, that-
Do it.
I am Focus, my old friend.
Nice to meet you, Focus. I am Stanley the Glue Gun or the Gearhead.
I've heard mention of you.
Oh, good things, I hope.
I look over at Roland. Yes, all good things.
Yeah, I don't think I talked about you once, Glue Gun Stanley.
Well, I mean, what is it exactly you're looking for? You're looking for a hollow,
Yes,
like an urn?
no, it's a location, and stories have been told that it was an old mine, and the entrance to the mine is actually located underneath this council building.
Well, perhaps one of the council chairs is a historian from Candlekeep. Uh, Perhaps he has more information for you about a mine.
If you could introduce us, that'd be amazing, Stanley.
Oh yeah, sure. Follow me.
I'm super
Thi-
lucky.
Thank you
This
very
way.
much.
Follow me to the council building.
I like the way
Yes.
you're doing that.
Come on now,
It's concerning.
you guys.
We follow.
Okay.
We're following.
You follow him into the council building. He flashes a small scroll of parchment that gains him access into the building through the guards, and he mentions that you all are with him, and he leads you up a spiral staircase. You go up 5 floors before he turns away from the spiral staircase down a hallway. Down the hallway, he stops at a door and he knocks. And then you hear a voice from inside just says, "Come in." So he opens the door and he bows and he says, "My friend, I seek information on behalf of my other friends." And Susie, he's motioning for you to come forward.
I don't think he knows I'm broken.
Actually,
No,
go
you're
in.
just broke. We just don't have money.
yeah, that's what you give
We
us the
thought I
money.
got 3 coppers. Just kidding. I go in.
All right, you go in, and and you see this older drow sitting behind a desk. He's hunched over 2 books, one very small, seemingly old, and one very large, in which he seems to be transcribing something. And he regards you as you walk in, and Glue Gun Stanley says, "This is Susie Weber's, the short stack, the young and reckless. Her and her
Young and
companions
reckless.
seek information about a mine, and I thought perhaps you would have information for them." Oh, yes. Tricky subject, mines, because they don't particularly belong to you.
that
There's no laughing.
took me a second. That was really good.
Anyway,
Oh, that's funny.
Wait, as you typed yours, I was typing mine.
Oh, mine is a terrible thing to waste. I want to know about the mine, but I also want to know about yours too.
Focuses was so much better though, but I was like, wow, we both were typing jokes about it in the chat.
which mine is it that you wish to gather information on? I know of a great many mines.
You're asking me, right?
Oh, he's kind of asking the group.
I was like, can I turn it to the group? Because I just know. Are we giving away the location of the mine? Like,
I mean,
It's
if Gluglan trusts him, I don't really have a reason to not trust him. This Gluglan's been really awesome to us.
It's really our only lead, so yeah.
Yeah. It was an adamantine mines. It was rumored to be located actually underneath this building.
Oh, fascinating subject, the adamantine mine of Waterdeep. It's interesting mostly because this city would not have been founded without it, and yet the mine, well, it wasn't in operation for very long. You see, they delved too deep over the course of about 12 years, and this is hundreds and hundreds of years ago, mind you, long past most history books that you could pick up today. And he starts like breathing heavily as if like talking is kind of wearing him out a little bit, but he doesn't seem to slow down. You get the feeling that he just likes to talk about things of which he knows. And one day they delved too deep and they broke into the Underdark, and the Underdark creatures did fight back. And so there was a standoff for a great many years, some 53 years or so, I believe, until the creatures of the Underdark one day retreated and they were not seen. After 22 and 1/2 years of peace and not having any more conflicts with the creatures of the Underdark, the mine was sealed, and in its place, this great spire was rectified. What was once meant as a fortress is now a beacon of hope and prosperity and bureaucracy. In the city of Waterdeep. That mine,
yes.
yeah, it's
we,
in the basement.
Fair enough. So can we? Would it be problematic to break that treaty? Because we kind of need to get into the Hollow.
Problematic, yes, but there was no official treaty. It was just one day the Underdark gave up. All of the intellect devourers, all of the illithid, all of the whatever the heck they have down there these days. I'm pretty sure even some of my own people remain down there to dwell. Though I've never been, I don't like to visit those relatives. The climate doesn't agree with me. So problematic just in the respect that you might not return.
That's the kind of problematic that I was hoping for. Didn't want to ruin a peace and cause a turmoil to the whole town of Waterdeep. So that would be horrible.
For one who's not a drow, you've got balls.
Thank you, I think.
It's meant as a compliment.
Seems nice enough.
Then thank you. Well then, do any of you happen to have any questions about the mines?
You said the Underdark stuff was on the other side, so everything on the mine side, is there actually anything we should be worried about, or just maybe some spiders or rats or stuff that moved in?
I don't know. Best guess. We don't go down into the basement very often. It's used mostly for storage, and most things that go into storage are forgotten about. Old desks, chairs, bills that nobody wanted to read, entrances to the Underdark.
You seem to be a very knowledgeable man. We're searching for something that was lost down there in those mines. Are there any rumors of anything powerful or magic that might have been left behind in the scuffle or hurry?
Oh, my dear dwarf, there's rumors of powerful magics every time you turn around. The world is of no shortage of rumored power or sacred magics. It really just depends on if you find one. But if you really want to save yourself the trouble of looking, you could probably go to a nearby store and find something that will entertain you for a couple days.
All right, we'll take a look at this mine and thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Are we granted access by chance to this mine?
You're in the building. No one guards the mine. I mean, yeah, if you don't mind the possibility of dying, you can do whatever you want once you get to the basement.
I feel like that's a good life motto in general. If you don't mind dying, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needs laws? I don't care. I'm fine dying, so.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
The motto of the Libertarian Party.
That's funny.
It's like I always say, you're only alive once. Yo!
Yeah, well,
I think I've heard that, yeah.
yes, indeed.
All right,
If
Blue Gun,
we
can you
need-
show us to the basement? Oh, sorry.
I was going to suggest that we might. How are we doing for potions and whatnot?
I have
Before,
nothing.
like, we're about to possibly descend into the Underdark.
Yeah, the problem is we're also broke, so we couldn't buy potions if we wanted to.
I'm sure we can afford a potion.
I think we're fine. Because assuming they didn't steal any when they robbed me, I was unconscious. So I don't know. I have six potions of healing and 2 potions of greater healing.
Do we
I
still
think
have those?
Oh yeah, we bought quite a bit of potions, huh?
Okay, cool.
Well,
Then
most
never
of
mind.
them were in the
Forget
back
what I
building,
said.
and they
It was-
stole it.
It was
So-
very lucky that those potions were on the dead guy because
Yeah.
they didn't hurt the dead guy except for his cloak.
Thanks for dying, Van.
No
Plans
problem.
that backfire but ended up being okay.
I'll spread out the love a little bit. Does anyone need any potions?
I'm okay.
I just woke up.
I'll
Yeah,
probably
are they uppers or downers? Do I need to call a physician if the effects last longer than 4 hours?
Probably not.
This guy does drugs.
Yeah, sniffing some glue guns over there.
Is that what you guys do in this council room? You just get high?
When you read as many books as we do, and some of them are completely unreadable, not because they're boring, but because they're so old, sometimes what you need is to look at it from a different perspective, and that perspective is more entertaining when there's colors.
I like this council.
This is good counsel.
You guys should
I'm
work on
taking
getting health insurance for your
applications.
people, though. Some old people out here are really struggling.
Sounds like they could use some new books.
Yeah, maybe books on health insurance.
Looks like my kind of
Psychiatric.
town. It's like a retirement center or something.
Hey, you know what?
Oh,
Brady
enjoy
mentioned it.
that.
We've got a lot of old people here.
There's a
Water.
lot of old people.
Waterdeep,
Everywhere.
canonically older citizens. This is Florida.
Yeah,
This is Florida
water.
Or Jerome.
Yeah.
or Jerome.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Glue Gun, if you care to show us to the basement, please.
Oh yes, sure. This way. Come on.
We follow.
Penguin walk around.
You follow Glue Gun all the way back down the spiral staircase, and once you guys hit the ground floor, he begins walking down a hallway. Leads to the very back of the building where there's yet another staircase going downward. And this
Okay.
one's not spiral, it just goes, down and straight, and it's very wide. And when you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's these big double doors, and they swing open. And there's no lights, and he kind of has to. He raps on a magical sconce, and you see it just kind of flicker on with the light spell, and more of them lining the walls flicker on. It's this giant basement, and it's filled with old. It's moldy wooden furniture, rusty metal furniture. A lot of large things are covered in drapes or stored in boxes. And he just goes, it's somewhere in here.
Well, thank you for bringing us this far.
Yes, I don't imagine that it's labeled.
That's a good point. It's probably lost here like a bunch of other stuff. But we'll find our way around.
Okay, well, if you need anything, my office is on floor 7.
All right.
Thank you for your assistance.
Oh, of course, my friends. And good luck.
Goodbye,
You
friend
do,
Glue
Stanley.
Glen.
Goodbye. Don't die.
That could be a rhyme. Goodbye, don't die. Visit Stanley Glue Gun's Emporium today.
Oh, Stanley Glue Gun's Emporium. That's got some snap to it. He turns around and he's walking back up the stairs. Oh man, that really rolls off the tongue.
All right. Roland will get started on lifting heavier objects to try to move them out of the way to help everyone look around.
Yeah. You guys are down here for quite a while. What kind of signs are you looking for? What kind of indications of the mine entrance are you looking for?
I'm looking for mainly unfinished flooring or walls.
Sealed up walls.
Yeah.
I'd say Roland's probably just trying to move everything off of the walls so that nothing is covering them, so that they can be like detailedly looked over.
Okay. Everybody, give me a group investigation check.
Group investigation check.
And we're in Scooby-Doo mode.
Ooh, nice.
Guidance for everybody?
Van's asleep.
Yep.
I got tired.
All right, cool.
Even
Oh,
if you gave it
no.
Oh,
Focus is dead.
You might want to keep that investigation to yourself.
no.
That's okay. The average brings it way up.
So you know I was making jokes about charisma earlier today.
After a few hours of searching, Susie, you take a step. You're about to kind of like move around a large box, and as you take a step, you feel a single stone shift under your foot.
I felt a single stone shift under my foot.
That's very descriptive.
Thank you. I thought so too. It came up with it all by myself.
Oh.
Is my foot still on it?
Yeah.
I'm scared to take my foot off.
You should never take your foot off. You should always leave it on your leg.
Should
All of a
we?
sudden, Susie's back in Nam.
Can I roll like a perception or investigation to see if anything's gonna like enable a trap or something down there?
I start
Just in
investigating
case.
around your foot.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Like, like the walls, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get you. Like if the walls start to close in and R2 can't
Shoot
turn them
air.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was rolling. My bad. Well, I rolled.
Oh, yay! Mine was a 19 too. So together we got 28. That's how it works, right?
Cool. Yeah. You discern no traps. in
think
the
we're
basement
okay.
of the council building.
Well, you never know. Maybe that's where they keep the one thing they don't want us to find.
But they led us to it.
Yeah,
Here's
they
this
let
thing
you
don't want
down
to
here
see.
with no guards, no chaperones.
Well,
Oh, they
knew
didn't
we
need a
didn't
guard
need
if we
it.
were gonna get if we were
Yeah.
gonna get blown up.
Yeah.
Like
All
they know
right,
too
fair
much,
point.
they need to get killed.
Fair point.
After looking like a dork and apparently investigating, they go, well, that was weird. And then I go to pick up the stone I moved to see what it looks like, I guess.
Yeah, so it may have shifted under your weight, but you do have to kind of like really dig it out with your fingers.
Okay.
But once you get it out of there, you kind of feel the other stones that were surrounding it loosen up a little bit, and you feel the soil underneath it is very soft.
Guys, I don't remember if this might be like the hollow or what a door to an underdark looks like, but either way, we found something.
I'll start
Oh
digging.
no, it's soiled.
Ah! That's a good one.
Thank you, thank you.
Roland will start using his shield like a kind of like a shovel and start digging.
Yeah, he digs away. Eventually, that soft earth kind of gives away. And it doesn't give way. It becomes much firmer, and that soft earth is now, instead of directly below you, it's kind of like off to the side. Like if you keep digging, you're
Wait.
digging a sloping tunnel down.
No, this is important to me. Roland,
Whoa.
what race are you?
Sorry, I'm a dwarf.
And you're digging in a mine. Can you sing the dig, 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 dig the all day long song that's from Snow White where the dwarves are mining? is that
Yeah.
not?
Susie, I found this very offensive. I don't know what you're doing. I'm from a barbarian tribe. We didn't do much digging.
They stole the dwarves who are doing the digging.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
from
just
the
saying.
hills.
Our dwarf started digging in a mine, you guys. I'm very excited about this. Okay. I'll yes. Well,
I'll get back to it. I'll start moving the soft dirt. I'll move with the soft dirt so I continue to dig it out in that sloping direction. Although it's going to take me quite a bit of time since this is not an actual shovel.
Yeah, it does take you quite a bit of time. Is anybody helping him dig, or
I
are you
helped,
just
yeah.
watching?
Yeah.
All right,
I'll help as well.
cool.
Did you just feel peer pressured into helping Vannerin?
No, I was like, should I use my mess kit to to dig? Like, yeah, this is what I eat with.
He's got a spoon.
Yeah.
He's going to Shawshank his way into the Underdark.
I saw this in a cartoon once. The bunny always got out.
After several hours of digging, the loose earth does give way and it opens up into very wide tunnels. You see veins of metallic ore along the walls. You see the large 2x4 wooden beams that hold up the tunnels for support. And you see it just extend down into darkness.
Do I have dark vision?
You're a dwarf. You should have dark vision.
See, that's what I thought, but I don't see it anywhere over here.
He's not that type of dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe he's not that type of dwarf. Maybe he's the lame type of
No, it's here. 60 feet dark vision.
Oh, okay. Cool. He's the cool type of dwarf.
Yeah, 5th edition. Just give everyone dark vision.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't, and I don't know if Susie has dark vision. Maybe she.
I don't think so. I think I just have devil sight.
I hold on.
Yeah, I think that's good enough.
You have improved dark vision,
Wait, is that what that
have
is?
The light
Yeah.
cantrip.
basically. There, all right.
Light cantrip it is. I'd
All
rather
right.
see full light anyways. That shades of gray crap is really scary.
I hear there's 50 of them.
50 what?
Shades of gray. This is the second time this week I've made that joke, and I just need you to know I can't believe it came in handy twice.
We're men. There's 3 shades of gray. It's gray, light gray, and dark gray, and that's it.
I like those for suits.
Yeah.
That's a whole different show.
Suits?
Not really as entertaining.
Yeah.
Real quick, you must have seen a lot of plays while you were like incarcerated or something.
Yeah, what can I say? I had to entertain myself somehow. And
Was that like your only exposure to the outside world, like books and plays and stuff like that? You just read a lot of those.
this is why I'm socially awkward. I just assume that every time you meet somebody, somehow someone falls in love, which is why I kept trying to hook Susie up with people. And then the people who are in love fight. And then all of a sudden, everybody is really sad until they come to their senses and fall in love again. And then everyone's happy. Isn't that how life works?
I think a lot of books do that. I wouldn't know. I
Yes.
don't read. I've been told.
I've been told.
All right.
Anyway,
So I need like a quick 5, and then like I'm good to go.
and then I give him a high five
Nice.
real quick.
Rolling, panting from digging for like hours.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryuko.
Yeah, anytime, friend.
You guys have a jaunty little walk down into the depths of the earth. The mine stretches on and on and on, and you walk for about 3 hours. Every once in a while, you might trip over like the remains of a cart track, but for the most part, you don't see anything except for the stone walls.
Is there no branches?
Eventually, huh?
Is there no branches at all? It's just a straight shaft downwards.
It's just a straight shot down. Yeah. It's an old mining technique that the old council scholar probably could have told you about, but I'm not gonna until you get back. You can ask him about it when you get there. He'll have all kinds of reasons for you.
The mining dig straight down.
And dig straight down until you run out of ore, and then you backtrack and make branches that way. But eventually you reach the end of the tunnel, and it opens up into this wide, cavernous, underdark kind of city. You guys have no idea how deep below the earth you are, but from here you can you continue going straight down more into a vast cavern. You guys are going to be traveling for a couple days. Van, roll a d12.
A 10.
Nice.
You guys continue on for 5 days before you see your first sign of flowing river of magma.
Guys, is this the way we wanted to go?
Susie, it's been like 5 days. I don't know why you're asking this question now.
I remember Hollow. I don't remember go to the Underdark. But also I was distracted.
I believe the Hollow is just another name for the Underdark.
Well, that's deceiving and I don't like it.
Oh, you see this flowing river of magma. Right now you stand atop like a very large hill. And down at the bottom of the hill, you can see a small settlement of beings. And you're not really sure who they are from this distance, but it's way, way off in the distance, this flowing river of magma.
Do any of us know anything about the Underdark?
Oh, man, that's such a good question. How about everybody gives me a quick nature?
Nature.
Cool. Roland definitely does not know anything about the Underdark.
What are we rolling for? Sorry.
Nature.
Nature check to see if you know anything about the Underdark.
Nice. Yeah, it's dark under here.
Susie knows that it's often referred to as the Hollow.
Yeah.
I also know that.
You know that its most common inhabitant is the drow race of elf. You know that there's creatures here that people speak about in like bedtime stories or in urban legends, but nothing that you guys have actually seen. Other than that, this is a brand new experience for you guys. Susie, growing up, her dad used to tell stories about the Underdark and how it was full of dinosaurs.
No, thank you.
We're on a journey to the center of the earth.
Wait, sorry. Do you guys share mother or father?
That is the other campaign.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I have a tail
Yeah.
though,
I was
so
about
I
to
just
say.
wag my tail.
I have a tail though. You just start that.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do you speak Spanish? No, but I have a tail.
What'd you have for lunch? I don't remember, but did you know the sky is blue?
I
Well,
love my
dinosaurs have tail, and now Ryoko has tail, and therefore Ryoko must have a dinosaur.
I love this. We need to
Or
get
see.
be
a
a dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Simple
New
logic.
side quest. Get Ryoko's
Right.
dinosaur.
Right then. Can't imagine these guys are friendly, but I don't really know anything much about this place. So
I
let's
wasn't
give it
friendly
time.
at first, and you still took me on.
I was gonna say some of us weren't friendly when we were met. Okay.
What do you mean? We all had a shared goal. It was a contract to go clear out a raid. We did
True.
it.
This is true.
I mean, you all seem nice enough. I don't know what you're talking about.
So what are you guys doing?
Well,
Try to sneak up on them, get closer.
Okay, you're gonna sneak up on the settlement.
Oh, I'm asking the group.
Yes.
You know,
I'm
if
in.
you sneak up though, what kind of settlement does it look like? Like what kind of buildings, architecture? What are
yeah,
we
that's a good
looking
question.
So the buildings themselves aren't actually buildings, but they do look like incredibly sophisticated huts. So what you see is mostly it almost looks like a leathery burlap material, but you can see that the area around here is illuminated by several little floating light spells. And you do see people kind of milling about. You see roughly 25 of these huts, some larger than others. It's pretty easy to pick out like the residential ones, like the ones that people actually live in. And there's one longhouse in on the very edge of this settlement.
Okay, what do the people look like? Are we looking at a drow?
Give me a perception.
Three.
Yeah, you're looking at humanoids.
So sneak.
So my perception judgment is shit right now. So
I think so.
Okay.
sneaky sneaky.
Go ahead
All right,
and
let's
Sneaky,
do it.
sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Are you sneaking past the settlement or into the settlement?
Is there a way like to so there's a river of lava, right? I'm assuming that's separating us from what?
It's separating you from the other side.
Is there any clear exit or something like that, a path forward on the other side?
You do see what looks to be one massive bridge. You see very tall, what seem like iron structures jutting very high upward, and in between them hang more like iron ropes to hold the bridge together. This bridge seems like it would be 100 feet wide at least, but that bridge leads to the other side of the flowing river of molten magma.
How close is that bridge on our side to the settlement?
So the settlement is between you and the bridge.
Okay. So yeah, we can try going through, sneaking around, or go through. But what do you guys think?
I think we could get a better judge or a better look of the place and like sneak closer, get a look at what we're looking at. See,
Okay.
see what the inhabitants are. Are they military in nature? Are they just a bunch of villagers and we can walk up anyways?
I don't know. From what sounded like warring for so long, I don't know. I just got kind of a mistrust.
Well, to be fair, he did say they were warring against like intellect devourers and stuff like that. He was a drow himself. Obviously,
I didn't see anything down there though. All focus said is like there's humanoids. From my understanding, I don't know what the hell an illithid or whatever the hell you described are.
I don't know either.
Exactly,
That's
those
fair.
could be it. I don't know what the hell that is. That could be
True.
that in there, right there, could be those things he described to us. I have no clue what that is. So I say, if we can avoid it, the better. If not, we kill him.
I'll just say from my background, I know what an illithid is. Yes, those don't look like illithids to me. From not that I've ever personally encountered one, but from what I've known and heard, those look a little slightly more humanoid than an illithid.
All right, that intellect of ours. I don't know. I don't. You said there was a bunch of scary crap down here. I say if we can just avoid talking to them, the better off we are. I mean, are we hurting for supplies or anything? Is there anything we need from these people?
I don't believe so.
Probably fine. Unless we have some interest in interacting with them, I say we just avoid them.
All right, fair enough.
Fair enough. It seems reasonable. Play it safe.
So are you going like around? Are you making a trip around so that you won't be found, or are you gonna like sneak nearby?
I think around is the player.
I'm going to cast a disguise, or what is it? The disguise self spell. So instead of walking around in visible blue robes, I'm like in ash colored robes that are like, so I'm more camouflage with the rock and soil around me.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Van is still going to be a beacon of a light blue robe, so hopefully he doesn't ruin things. But
We're blue too. So we're all warlocks. What color are you wearing, Susie?
Color am I wearing?
Yeah. What are you wearing?
A red shirt and some khakis.
Welcome to Target. Can I take your order?
I'm trying to think of my character. I think it was just like a little like tunic type thing that's like tan.
Not
super
okay.
exciting.
I was about to say, really need to color coordinate next time, guys.
Yeah.
What's the ground look
And
like?
class coordinate.
What's what now?
The ground look like? Like what is it? Dirt or ash or what are we looking at?
It's ash mostly. Being this close to a river of magma has that effect.
Figure.
How are you guys moving? Are you moving like quickly? Are you trying to sneak really far away from the settlement? Are you crouched down real low?
Well, first, I have a feeling I should kind of ashen up my pearly white robe a bit to kind of, so it'll be a little bit dusty colored. But I think kind of just far as out.
You have the invisibility spell too.
I do.
Both do. I was about
Yeah.
to say, if we
can
need to.
Yeah, I can make 2 people invisible, and I can go invisible.
Pretty small. I feel like it'll be all right.
I can make 1 person invisible if need be.
The last time you did that, Van died. And I'm pretty sure it was related.
No, I think it was because we caused the die spell.
Oh.
I did cast that.
Likely story.
Yeah, Roland rolls around in the ash to cover himself.
I do the same as Roland because it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Okay.
Spit out some ash. Say we're just kind of crouching, unless anyone's using spells, and try to walk around.
Yeah, I think just crouch around. If we get spotted, we'll go plan B and just everyone's invisible now.
Yeah.
At this point, I really do hope that the natives are savages, because we're going to look really silly to civilized folk.
All right. All right. So yeah, you all ashen up and you head on down. You circle around the settlement so as not to attract attention to yourselves, and you come up to this very large bridge. Right at the entrance of the bridge, where it meets the actual ground, there has been a very large stone slab erected right there at the entrance. And on this stone slab is etched very large words. What languages do you all speak?
Common and dwarf.
Celestial, Common, Elvish, Giant, Sylvan. Yeah.
Infernal, Draconic, Celestial, Common.
Common, gnomish, speak with small beasts.
Ryoko and Focus, you can read these words.
Ah, snaps.
So, at the very one at the very top, it no, sorry, that's a different sign. So this whole slab is etched in draconic writing, and it says, "Nature, nurture, heaven, and home, some of all, and by them driven, to conquer every mountain shown, but I've never crossed the river. Braved the forests, braved the stone, braved the icy winds and fire, braved and beat them on my own, yet I'm helpless by the river. Angel, angel, what have I done? I've faced the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown, and throne. Why can't I cross the river? Angel, angel, what have I done? I've faced the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown, and throne. Why can I not cross the river?" And you notice that it does say that twice. And then the final verse is, "Pay no mind to the battles you've won. It'll take a lot more than rage and muscle. Open your heart and hands, my son, or you'll never make it past the river." Stop it, Susie. Give me a perception check.
Who?
Everybody.
Okay. As like the people who could read it? That would make
Ryoko and Focus, are you guys reading this aloud to the group?
Yes.
Yes.
wrong things. 7.
We're taking turns at different stanzas.
Yes.
Popcorn reading.
Yeah.
Changing my dice, even though they're mechanical. This is ridiculous.
You have mechanical dice? That's dope.
The ones
Yeah.
on D&D Beyond.
Digital.
Digital,
okay.
yes. I forgot how to talk.
All right. So, Susie, you're kind of I don't know what you're doing. You're looking at the slab. You're distracted by a bird. We don't know.
There's a bird down here? I'm so distracted.
Yeah, you ever seen
You-
that where like open a door and a bird flies in and they just can't get it
Yeah.
out?
Yes.
Just like that.
And it distracts me. This works. I'm into it.
Yeah. So you don't notice this, but everybody else, you notice a tall figure approaching from the side, and with him he has a smaller, more short figure. And Bradley, you speak Elvish, right? Vanarin?
Yeah.
He hails you in some dialect of Elvish that you're able to understand, but it's different from what you've heard. It says, "Greeting, friends."
Hello. How's it going? Didn't see you approach.
Well, what brings you?
Well, we were passing by. We were told we must visit the Hollows for religious reasons.
Right. You see, like as you're speaking with him, you see that him and this child, they are drow, and they're carrying large baskets over their shoulders of ashen-colored fruit, and the father carries some kind of farming tool that you're unfamiliar with. But when you tell him this, he kind of nods in understanding. He says, "No one returns."
That is fair, but we must make this pilgrimage.
You go over bridge.
I believe that was the plan, correct. Unfortunately, I had my friends translate this slab, but I was unfamiliar with the language. You happen to know why it's in Draconic? I'm assuming you guys told it was in Draconic, right? Did you guys tell us that it was in Draconic?
Yes. Mhm.
Yes.
Would you happen to know why it's in Draconic?
No. Writing here many years before my time.
Fair enough. When you say people don't return, do they not return because they can't make it across the bridge, or you just mean in general?
Bridge is dangerous, but people make it to other side. But beyond, there is nothing.
Yes.
No one comes back.
There's metaphorical demons we must face on the other side, so we must do what we must to cross.
Are there not
I've
so
never
metaphorical demons
heard
on
of
the side also?
metaphorical demons.
Um,
No demons in Underdark.
yes. But I meant that as like symbolic.
Mm.
So maybe not literal.
No, no symbols except on slab and on metal plate near bridge.
Yes. However, I get what you mean, but we must fight ourselves within. If that makes sense.
Mm. Mm. Go with whatever god you deify.
All right. I'll deeply bow, and thank you for your kind words. And I hope you continue to I almost said to continue to perish. Continue to.
You did the wrong Elvish word there.
Continue to. What's the word I'm looking for?
Prosper.
Prosper. There we go.
So he's kind of confused by your bow, but he gives you like a respectful sign back and then bows himself, and the child he's with does the same, and
How
they
old
head
are the
back
child
off to
he's
their
with?
settlement. He must be around 8, 9.
Okay.
Best guess.
Okay. If they look like they were about 12, I'd be so excited. But it's fine.
New friends?
I'll let the group know. I don't know if anyone speaks Elvish, but I'll translate basically what they told us. Just saying, hey, it's dangerous, including the bridge. It could be dangerous. Just even cross it.
It's not like there's ever been an entity that ever turned to us and said that we were
This
all
will be
going to die
easy.
soon. So it's fine.
I want one to actually turn to us and say, you know what? You can do it. I'm going to pat on the back before we do something next time, guys.
Yes.
But
We need
pat on
words
the
of
back-
encouragement.
Pat on the back is usually guidance because they know it's not going to go
Fair.
soon.
It's the least
My
they
friend,
can do.
guidance. You can do this.
I believe I can, and I begin strolling across the bridge. Wait.
Okay.
And then okay, I'll do it.
Dexterity check.
All right.
Follow the lava brick road. Follow the lava brick road.
Dexterity. Save it throw or just check?
Just a check.
All right. Nice. 20.
I did give him guidance.
Well, it's not a.
It is a
I
check.
mean,
I know. I'm making jokes. I know.
What was it?
20.
20. Great. So as you begin walking across this bridge, the first thing that you notice is the floor of this bridge. It's not wooden slats. It's not metal. It's some kind of, to your best guess, like a black mortar, right? But there are holes in this mortar where it's like worn away, and you can't see through it. You can't see the lava beneath it. But where it's been worn away, you can see like rods of iron or steel. running through it. Like somebody laid down these metal rods and then poured a black mortar over it. You also see that sign that they were talking about. You see like a metal sign. It's rusted over and it's attached to like the very first large post for the bridge. But you can't read it. It's not in a language that you recognize. And as you continue, like everything seems pretty solid under your feet, and you look ahead, and you've got a long bridge ahead of you.
All right. You said it was was it 100 feet long or 100 feet wide?
It's about 100 feet wide.
All right. So it's a pretty, like it's pretty stable when I'm walking on it. Then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Massive bridge. All right. We'll follow along after Van.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader.
Let's see. You guys walk for about an hour before you reach the other side of this bridge. And as you reach the other end of the bridge, you look off to the side and you see an identical sign posted up. You can't read it. It's the same as the last sign in a completely unknown language.
And did you say it was metal, or is it etched?
It's
Or
like
is it-
embossed.
Okay. And how big is the sign? Like, is it bigger than a normal, a standard paper? Okay, so slightly bigger. Do I actually have any writing supplies? I don't know if I do. Not on this character. So never mind what I was talking about.
All right. Yeah, as you guys continue on, the drow who told you that there's nothing over here, he was right. What you've kind of been met with is this incredibly large 200 square foot area that the bridge has just led to, and there's this massive rock face in front of you.
So going upwards?
Yeah, rock face going upwards just as far as you can see, and you're just in a 200 square foot area, and there's nothing around at first glance.
How about if I just walk and go touch it?
Sorry, one more time.
Is it substantial? Can I touch it?
The
Or is it
rock
an
face.
illusion? Yeah, I'm basically making sure it's not an illusion.
Yeah. You reach out and touch face.
All right, it exists, guys.
I'm waiting for a roll for initiative.
Is it 200-foot rock face?
What about the rock face?
It said it's 200 feet up, right?
It goes up as high as you can see. But you
Okay.
guys stand on a plot of land that's about 200 square feet.
Okay. Any chance you guys can throw some light up there and see how tall it is?
I cast a light cantrip.
You cast the light cantrip, and are you able to move it?
I'm going to look at that right now.
I think you can cast it on an object and throw it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You might need a stronger hand than yours to toss it up there.
Yes, or I can, because I don't have that. I'm going to shoot an Eldritch Blast in the air. Straight
Yeah.
up.
All right. You shoot an eldritch blast in the air. It goes up.
It just keeps going.
Yeah, it just keeps going until you don't see it going no mo.
All right. Well, I have some pythons, a hammer. I can start climbing the wall, setting up a rope, and we can start climbing it.
All right. You get your pythons out. You get prepared to start climbing this this rock face. Go ahead and give me a quick perception check there, dwarf.
9.
With advantage.
Thank you. You were most kind. 17.
Yeah, that's way better. As you're getting ready to start climbing, you see that about 8 feet up, it looks like it turns into a different type of stone.
But I kind of like hit it with a hammer. Just kind of see what it feels like.
The one below 8 feet or the one above 8 feet?
The different kind of stone at 8 feet. So I'm not a very tall man, so after the first python and I climb up there, I'll probably like hit it with the hammer.
Yeah.
Kind of see what it's like.
This one, when you hit this one, it seems a lot more solid. And when you hit the lower stone, the one under 8 feet with the hammer, it sounds a little less solid, almost like that stone might be hollow.
So I imagine, jamming the python into that thing kind of goes through pretty easy, huh?
Easier.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I'll switch gears here. Instead of using the rock climbing hammer, I'll switch to. All I have is an axe. Anyone got a blunt?
I have a dagger and a rapier.
I have a
And a short bow.
staff. I have a staff and a handgun.
I've got these 2 guns, and you just see Ryoko start
Flexing.
flexing.
Odd flex, but okay.
Is it the tail?
Yes. You have a tail.
All right, I'll try my best here. I'll take one of my hand axes, and I doubt this will be very useful since it's slashing damage. But can I use the backside of the hand axe and like kind of try to bludgeon my way through this thing?
Sure.
All right, now I'll just start hammering away at this.
It begins to chip away pretty easy, and you're able to make a pretty sizable hole within this softer rock face until you guys are able to fit through it. And on the other side, you find a very small, short tunnel.
Welcome,
It's Susie
stone.
size.
What was that?
I said it's Susie size.
It is Susie size. Do you guys want to travel down this tunnel?
I have
Yes.
never wanted anything more in my whole life.
Absolutely.
For Carl.
For Carl.
Yeah, for Carl.
So you guys travel down this tunnel, and after about 50 feet, you guys reach the end of the tunnel, which opens up into a room. But the entrance of that room is half filled with another giant stone slab with more draconic writing on it. And we're going to end it there.
Oh, damn it.
Oh no!
Can't know what the door says first?
I want to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says, black and white are all to see, drawn beyond the lines of reason. This infancy separates the body from the mind.
Infancy
all
separates the
have to
body
die.
from what?
The mind.
From mind.
Body from.
And I'm going to leave that. That's where we end it. You guys will find out what's in the room next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks everyone for coming out.
Playing Deep Rock
And
now.
we will solve some riddles next week. Get ready.
Good night, everybody.